Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Kristen.
I'm Kayla.
And together we are K
And K.
Create. Thank you for joining us for another video. I know it's been a while. We had to dismantle our studio for a family gathering, and then we went on vacation, and we haven't quite got our studio back up and running yet, but we wanted to make a video. So we are going to go through how we turn our acrylic paint skins into jewelry. Kayla assisted in choosing
the shapes and where to put them.
Right, so we have various shapes of glass cabochons or cabochons. I have no idea how you say it. Cabochons is how I choose to say it. Sounds fancy. So she chose which ones to put where, and then I did the gluing. And I did all the gluing, cutting, and all of that stuff that goes along with it. But she wanted to help. I wanted her to help because it's our channel. So we hope you enjoy our tutorial on how to make jewelry out of acrylic paint skins. Okay, we'll see you in just a bit. Because it shakes.
And shapes.
Okay. Hi everyone.
Hello.
It's Kristen
And Kayla.
and Kayla. So we've decided to do a step-by-step instructional video on how we make jewelry out of our acrylic paint skins. So Kayla's going to help me.
Yes.
She can do a little bit. She can't handle the glue. I don't want her using scissors or knives or anything like that. So she's going to assist in picking the skins and where to place the glass cabochons, I don't know how you say it. I like cabochon because it sounds fancy. So we have a variety of sizes here, and we plan to make pendants and bracelets and magnets out of these skins. So you can see there's a variety of skins. This is actually the last of our skins.
Really?
Yes, I made a lot of jewelry already, but we have
over there.
not a lot though, only a couple more pieces. And we have not done a painting in a while that we've kept the skins for. I think the last one was the metallic where I did a swipe, and I can't remember what Kayla did, but there's still some leftovers from that. That's these.
Oh, I think I did.
This skin right here, and this one is leftovers from that video that we did. We have some older skins here as well. Mostly blues and purples and some metallics and some
Because that's what I choose.
greens. Yes, because those are our favorite ones.
Yes.
So, as I mentioned before, we have glass cabochons, however you say it, in different sizes, and they fit into these little metal pendants. So you have the glass that fits into the pendant, and that's step 2 of the process after you've glued them to the skins. So we have round ones, we have rectangular shaped ones that look like that, and we have smaller round ones that fit inside of these bracelets that I bought off of Amazon. Yes, so those fit inside the bracelets like that.
I've used everything that we had like before, but not now.
Yeah.
Because now we have a new bracelet.
Now we have a new bracelet. I also have oval shaped glass pieces.
Oh, for the metal?
And I tried to find an oval pendant to match, but they were not a good fit. So what I'm gonna do is just make these into magnets.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, and then I have larger 40 millimeter glass, which are also for magnets, yes. Yeah. So Kayla's gonna help.
And we also make little magnets.
We make little magnets too, yes.
Yeah, back there.
Yeah. So Kayla's gonna help and tell me where to place and glue on the glass. That's gonna be her job today. So as you can see, I'm not wearing gloves. I can't imagine doing this with gloves on. So what I do to clean the glass and make it smudge proof is I just have a little paper towel here and some 91% isopropyl alcohol. I'm just going to dampen the cloth a little bit. And then when I'm ready, hold the glass very carefully and just rub the bottom piece on the alcohol to clean the bottom. Doesn't matter if you get the top half smudgy, you can wipe that later. You want the bottom to be clean. And then you place it on the skin. When you have the diamond glaze on there and rub it around, it really brightens up the paint. Speaking of diamond glaze, I have that here. This is what I use to adhere the glass onto the skin. And step 2, I'll use a different kind of glue, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Okay, you ready?
Yeah,
Enough talking?
I was just saying in my mind, I have no idea.
Okay, so does it matter? You can pick which size glass,
Right.
and then show me where to put it, and I will put glue it on.
Alright. So since you've already cleaned
and then-
that one,
yeah.
we could use that.
We can use that. Okay, so another thing before we go is if you've used the diamond glaze, you know, once you use it and cap it up, top crusts, and then you can't, oh, actually this one seems to be, I'm squeezing it and air is coming out, so it's open.
But
All right.
But it's only because that you cut it more.
I bet not just now, I didn't cut it more. Okay, so since we have this one clean already, like Kayla said, whoops, no it's not. Sorry. Okay, now it's clean.
Yeah, now it's clean.
All right, so you want to show me where you want to put it?
Yeah.
All right, so it's smooth, clean side up.
Right.
I'm gonna put a couple drops of the diamond glaze once Kayla shows me where she wants
Can
it.
I place it on it or no?
No, I'll place it on it and smush it around, and then you can take your thumb and push down to really get a good. See, you want to use this little green spot? All right, so we have a little tiny bit of this green left. So we're gonna use this
For the first one.
for the first one. I'm gonna try to put it in a place where you all can see it. All right, so clean side up. I'm gonna put just 2 or 3 drops of the diamond glaze, and it bubbles up really bad too. So if you have a bubble, pop it. All right, so I have a bubble in there. I'll show you what I'm gonna do to make sure that that bubble does not stay between the glass and the skin. So we're using this small piece of green right here. I'm going to carefully just grab it by the sides, turn it over, and what I do then is I kind of just rub it around and press, and that will squeeze out any bubbles. Now it's also going to give you a wider area of glue, but that's fine. I would rather have that than any bubbles. Now Kayla, push down hard with your thumb, straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we count to 5. And now it's going to be good and stuck. I let them dry overnight. And then like I mentioned before, since I swirl it around, now my glue area is going to be all around here is going to be glue. But that's fine because I'm going to cut around it and it's not going to matter. But you can see that it's stuck very nicely on there, and we'll show you a close-up later to show you that how there are no air bubbles. There's no air bubbles between that glass and the skin. It's perfectly smooth and shiny. Now this skin, this is the paint from when I poured over the cheese board. And I poured right over my Lowly Veffy silicone mat. When you do that, these skins dry so nice and thick and shiny. It makes it tempting to pour over just the Lowly Veffy mat and not put anything else down like a garbage bag or a plastic, because the skins come out so beautiful. But I'm still kind of afraid to do that. All of these other skins are kind of old. They come out thinner for some reason when you pour them onto plastic. like a garbage bag. They're thinner and kind of, but it doesn't matter. Once the glass is on it, it's still beautiful. So that's that one. I'll put that to the side for now. We're gonna let that dry overnight. Okay.
You don't have to be scared because if paint goes on the lily, you just
peel it off. I know, she's right, and it does. And there is paint on this Lily Veffy mat, which is why I covered it with doggy wee wee pads, because it really looks messy. I'm not gonna lie. Our Lily Veffy mats look messy. I have to clean them. Okay, so what do you want to do next?
Hey, so what I'm gonna do.
Speak up.
So what I'm gonna do. The bracelet next.
You're gonna do a bracelet size? Okay, so yes, the bracelet glass is a little bit smaller.
That's what I want.
All right, I'm gonna spray a little bit more alcohol on my paper towel here.
Yeah, I could smell the alcohol.
Yeah, and clean it. Okay, and then where do you want me to place that?
Right here. On
this skin? In the middle of this little,
middle
what looks like a ring pour?
Yeah.
So just to show you. I think this is when we poured our little hearts, our wooden hearts.
Oh yeah.
So some of them look like little ring pours.
Yeah.
That one looks like a little ring pour.
Because didn't you like ring over it? Because we have a little bit more paint left. Like
I don't know
like
what
right
I did.
here.
I might have, but they're really cool. All right, so you want me to place it right in the middle of this ring?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna wipe it down. Okay, and then flip it over into my hand. Now this is smaller, so I can get away with probably just 2 drops of diamond glaze. I'd rather have a little extra than not enough. Okay, so that's about enough there.
Yeah,
once I flip it, I'm gonna smear it around. Okay, so place it right there and kind of smear it around. Make sure, press down, make sure there's no bubbles. Okay, so Kayla, line it up where you want it. You can still move it a little bit. Is that good?
I get.
Move it over a little bit. Oh, it might be stuck already. I think it's stuck. All right, so press down. Count to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
And what's cool about the glass is that once you put the skins over it, it looks like the skin like actually went over it, but it's only under it.
Yeah.
So cool.
You could see just how fast the glue really starts to take hold. It gives you a few seconds to kind of move it around to get it smooth, but you have to decide pretty quickly where you want that to end up because it does start to stick. So there's that one stuck on, and then we'll show you close-ups later. And it really does bring the shine back from your dull skin when you do that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do a couple more. Why don't we do one of the big magnets and then one of the rectangle ones?
Okay.
And then
okay, now we're gonna do like almost every single thing.
We're gonna glue all of these on. We've got about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, maybe about 20 or so pieces of glass that we're gonna turn into jewelry.
What about the big magnet? Since we've never used it before, let's do the oval magnet.
You want to do an oval magnet? Yeah,
we've already used big ones before.
We have made big ones before. We have not made an oval. That's
They're
true.
back there on the fridge.
Right. There's lots of them. All right. So let's clean our oval. Okay. All right. So let me pick it up. Put it in my hand upside down. Okay. Let the alcohol dry for a couple seconds too. And you tell me where you want me to put it.
Oh, I see a good spot. Right here.
Okay, so on this black
there's like
one,
a little black wave right there.
There's a black line. All right, so let's move this one forward. Let's move this one forward. Now, you have to keep your skins apart from each other because if they touch, they'll stick. Okay, so exactly where do you want it?
Like right near here.
Right near here, where this black line runs through the silver?
Yeah.
All right, so right here.
Like right in the middle.
You want me to go this way with it or this way? Across? All right, now there's a little bump right here. You feel that? Now sometimes you get things stuck in your drip, so just be careful of where your bumps are. So I'm gonna avoid that bump, and I'm gonna go up here. Okay.
That's good.
All right. So I think maybe 3 drops will be good for this oval. And I'll try to spread them out.
You're gonna do 3 in the middle, aren't you?
Oh, I'm gonna do
not
3
in the middle,
across.
3 across. That's
See,
what
now I
meant.
can't squeeze my bottle. It's stuck. Nothing's coming out. So let me put this.
How fast.
That's how fast it goes.
That's how fast the glaze.
So if you have a skewer, you can stick in there. Whoa, okay. I think I just split that. I split that in half. All right, that's okay. Let's just give it another white. Okay, and we'll put 3 drops. 1, actually, yep, 2, 3. Should do good.
And then the jeans silly that you could do it right here to avoid the bump.
But I thought you wanted me to go across.
I know, but I want to go sideways.
Now you want to go this way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's turn it over. Press down and smear it.
That looks much better.
All right, go ahead. See if you can move it. That's where you want it. Move it to where you want it, and then push down, straight down, and count to 5.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect. Very nice. And now, I wonder if you can see how you can tell that the diamond glaze has gone beyond the border of the glass, but that's okay. It'll dry, and then you can just cut.
Yep.
You just cut around it. Oh, and look at this. This is interesting. So I must have made a piece of jewelry from this piece that was on the end here. You can see how the diamond glaze dried and it's really shiny on the edge now. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know if you can. Maybe you can. You can see how it's more shiny.
Yeah, I see it.
You see, Kayla?
Yeah.
Right here. It's very shiny
Yeah.
in that area.
Yeah, it must have been the big magnet.
Right here is more shiny
Must be the big magnet, right?
than the rest of it.
Must be.
And that's from the diamond glaze. And that's why you use it, because then it's almost like how you resin a piece to bring back the luster and the shimmer of your painting. That's what this diamond glaze does.
I'm sure we used a bigger magnet there because
I probably
it's big.
Yeah.
This is big, like right here.
I did probably make a magnet out of that.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a rectangle one.
You did.
Yeah, let's do a rectangle one now.
Yeah.
Okay, clean it.
I totally see that pattern in one of them. Maybe you do.
Okay. All right, so where do you want this one?
I also see a little diamond glaze right there.
Mm-hmm. Well, you'll see
like
leftover
tiny.
diamond glaze from, I used these skins, like I said, a few days ago to make jewelry. And when I cut them out, I'm sure there's some leftover.
Yeah.
All right, so where do you want this one?
I just rubbed the TV. Alright, right here.
All right, so now we're gonna bring this one back. We'll move this one over. Now here we have this one, blues and purples and black. See, now look at this area. This area is very interesting with all of the swirls. That looks like metallic cobalt blue in there.
Yeah,
And
and then it looks like
It's very swirly.
the
You can see
golden purple.
I've made something out of this little area. You just cut right around it.
Yep.
Keep the rest. Okay, so where do you want it to go? Here's a little, that's a nice little pop of metallic cobalt blue right there. Or
I want it
it
to
could
be
be a
right
pebble. You want it to be right here? Okay.
across.
Across like that? Where exactly? Straight across this way?
Yep.
I don't know if it's gonna fit there.
Okay.
It's,
Then you
yeah,
could-
it's too big.
Hey, can I show you where I want it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe to the side like this.
Diagonally?
Yeah, that.
All right, we can do that. Let's wipe it off one last time.
To make sure there's no
Let it
smears.
dry. All right. So with this one, I like to just, and another tip is don't touch the tip of the diamond glaze bottle to the glass. I was doing that in the beginning and rubbing it around with the tip, and it leaves marks that you can see, and it's not the best quality. So I like to just put drops and not touch.
I noticed that.
Yeah, so this one is a little, and like I said, air bubbles are gonna come out. It's fine. Once you smear it around, you're gonna pop those bubbles. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, smear it around a little bit, and then you can place it how you want. And push, you gotta push down. Use two thumbs. I mean, two, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that'll stick nicely. You probably don't have to let them dry overnight. I do.
Just to make sure.
You can see where the diamond glaze is because of the shine. And that will reflect in your final piece. They come out so incredibly shiny. All right, you want to do a big magnet and then that's it. Maybe we'll show them. I'll show you guys a couple of pieces that I did earlier this week. Yes? Okay.
And then some magnets that are on the fridge.
Yeah, that's okay. The magnets are, they're just magnets.
You're doing a big magnet.
Yeah, we'll do a big magnet.
I think I know where to put it.
Okay, where do you want to put it?
Right here.
Ooh. Yeah, so this was me pouring directly on
To another.
to the table to try to make a ring pour. All right, so you want to put it just right here?
Yeah,
Like right there? Okay.
So
Yeah,
like
so
that.
that's oranges and reds with a little bit of blue. That's pretty.
Remember about the alcohol spray.
I already wiped it down. It's
Oh,
clean.
you did it.
Yeah, it's clean.
I was just making sure.
It's clean. All right, so this one's bigger, so I'm gonna put about 4. And what you can do
I also
when you flip the bottle over and a bubble pops out is just pop it, just put it right on the paper towel. Oh no, actually don't do that because you're wiping the glass on it. Never mind that part. Or pop the bubble right on the glass.
I just noticed something. I
All
made
right,
2
1,
magnets right here.
2, 3, 4, 5. 5 drops because that's big. All right, and I'm gonna fold my napkin now over so I don't rub into the glue. All right, right in the center. No, I folded it so now the glue is on the inside.
Oh yeah.
All right, pop it over and then start pushing and rubbing around. All right, go ahead. Place it how you want it and then push and count to 5.
Oh.
It's gonna stick. It's gonna stick. Beautiful. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so then I leave these overnight. They're probably dry way before that, but I just like to leave them overnight to make sure.
And before you leave them, don't you like usually cut around them so you can put
No.
the rest of the skins away?
No, I leave them just like this overnight
Yeah, I
where they
remember.
are.
And then you make a little box and then you cut around.
Right.
Because it's easier.
Once they're dried completely and I'm ready to cut them and place them inside the metal pendants is when I do that. Okay. And I'll just show you a few of the pieces that I made the other day
And then we can get to the magnets that are
because they came out really nice. This is one of the pendants.
This one's pretty.
That one's nice and shimmery. And then a couple of the other pendants.
I have some magnets right here.
Okay, Kayla's going to show you some magnets.
Here's a little magnet that we made. Very tiny. From the same skins that we used for the bracelet.
Uh-huh.
And then we have this right here. I don't know which skin we used that for. Maybe this
The
one
black
right
and
here.
white with the metallics. Yep,
This one maybe.
yep.
And then the last one we did was this, which we used for the skin that's right here. There's like an empty space. I think that's where.
You think that's where it fit? Let me see. Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's where it came from.
Yeah.
I think it came from right there.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see how I cut around. But we'll show you. I'll show you that when I do it tomorrow. Also just wanted to show you a finished piece. I had gotten some black leather cord and cord ends that I glued on with E6000 glue, and I turned this pendant into a necklace. So that's one way how I create the jewelry with the leather cord, and the other is with the metal chain that was on the first pendant that I showed you. And we also have some complete sets that are necklaces. This is a complete set of a necklace, a bracelet, a bracelet, and earrings. Yes.
Imagine if it fell on the diamond glaze.
It's, you know what, I bet you it's halfway dry already. So those are sets. So exciting thing is we have a craft fair.
You have a craft fair
this weekend, and it's our first. Well, selling our art, actually, it's the first. I've been to craft fairs before with my crocheted items.
I've never been to a craft fair.
Yeah. So I've been crocheting for quite a while, and I've had craft fairs with those items. This is going to be our first craft fair where we're showing our painting and our jewelry.
And our first paint fair, which that's both of us.
Yes, the first fair that both of us are going to.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for today. We're going to glue the rest of these on, but you don't have to stick around for that.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow I'll cut them out and I'll glue them into the metal pendants. I'll show you how I do that part. Okay. Bye for now. It'll be a second for you and a whole day for us.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Bye.
Bye. Be back.
Be back.
Hey guys, it's Kristen. I am back. It is the next evening, so everything has dried beautifully. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I glue my cabochons onto the plate. So I'll start with this rectangular shaped one. So what I do is I have these scissors. They're curved. I don't know if you can tell, they're slightly curved, which helps when you're cutting around a round glass. You can kind of flip it the other way where the curve is out to cut around. And I just cut out around the glass. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm gonna go closer to where the camera is on the phone. And then I just carefully cut all around the glass. And any leftover diamond glaze that's surrounding it, you're just gonna cut through, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. I try to just trim away any obvious excess paint skin around the glass. I realize it might be easier to see with a white background. So I just trim around just so there's not too much paint. But it doesn't matter because you're going to slip it in. See, it's not fitting. Kind of try to test it out a little bit. So I'm going to trim a little bit more around the edge here. And you just want to make sure it's going to fit inside the plate. See, it's still a little bit big. And it's hard to tell sometimes. Sometimes you have to flip it over to kind of see where the paint skin is going over the edge of the glass, and just trim around it. All right, I seem to have gotten most of it off, so it should fit And why it's not fitting, I don't know, it fits, okay. So once you have the fit, actually I'm gonna trim it just a little bit more. I'm hanging over the edge here. There we go. Okay. So once you have it trimmed, you wanna glue this onto the plate. So what I do is I have my E6000 and I take a very skinny popsicle stick. Now you gotta be really careful with this stuff, because if you squeeze this tube just a little bit, it's gonna wanna come flying out. And just remove any dried up gunk there. Okay. Now less is more with this stuff. You don't want to put too much here, because then once you lay the glass on and press down, you don't want it coming up and over the sides. So less is more. You don't need a lot at all. You just want to get a little dollop to come up, and then I just scrape it off with the stick and smear it very thin. You just need a very thin layer. I don't know if you guys can see that. So just a thin layer covering the bottom of the plate. And I keep a paper towel handy in case some does come up and over the edge. And then once you have that thin layer, just lay the glass in and press it in. I let this dry overnight as well. Okay. It's always a good idea to keep your isopropyl alcohol handy if you have to give a little squirt on your paper towel to go around the edges if any glue comes up. It's a good idea to give it a wipe down anyway, just to brighten it up. And there you have it. There you have it. Pretty little pendant there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and work on one of these round ones. I'll choose from a different color. How about we do this one? Because that one's pretty and colorful. Actually, I like this one. So this one will fit in here. So I'm just gonna cut around. You don't have to be precise at this point. You just want to get it out. Okay, so now this is where your curved scissor comes in handy, because you can really get close to the glass and just cut right around close. Okay. And then just trim away any of the excess paint. Now you might think to yourself, oh, I'm cutting through the glass. You're not. If you feel any resistance, you're cutting through any excess diamond glaze. It might be thicker. It might feel like you're cutting through, but you're not. And then just make sure it fits in. It fits right in. So once you know you've got it, you want to do the same with your E6000. Just get a little glob, scrape it off, and then I put it in the middle and I smear it around. Now you don't have to fill the whole bottom of the plate with the glue. I try to keep it away from the edge actually. And once you fit it in, I press it down, hold it for just a few seconds. Once it's in, I leave it to dry. It will dry and it won't come out. It'll be hard. All right, so there's your pendant there. Okay, and then lastly, I'll do one of the bracelets here. So let's see, which one do I want to use? Well, this one's pretty. This purple one. I kind of did a purple one already, but it doesn't matter. It's still pretty. Maybe I'll do one of the black and white ones. That's kind of dark. There's too many to choose from. What? Ooh. All right, we'll do this one right here. One of the metallic colored ones, because it's right on the edge. Cut that off. Okay. Cut around. See, it's almost perfect just from one cut around. Make sure it sits in there. It does. It sits perfectly. That is a beautiful skin. I don't know if you can see that, but I love it. Okay. Take a small dollop. Now this is a tiny little plate, so you don't need much at all. Just in the middle, smear it around. I don't know if you can tell how much I put on there. Yep, not much. Pop it in, press it down. And since you're only using a very little amount in the middle, it should not come up and around the glass, but it will dry completely tight. Yeah, it's on there. Okay, so the good thing about these bracelets, they're already made. You just have to pop the glass on there. So those were nice. I found those on Amazon. What I do with the pendants to turn them into necklaces is I bought some leather cord. This just comes on a spool. I think I ordered this from Fire Mountain Gems. So this is 2mm leather cord. You can also buy it at Michael's. Comes like this, different colors. And this is, I think it's probably leather that's wrapped over something else. I don't know if it's all leather all the way through. And for those leather cords, you need these end caps. And I ordered these on Amazon. And these are really nice. They're made for 2mm cord. They come with both ends already connected. So really all you have to do is measure your cord and cut it, and then put a little dollop of glue, the E6000 glue on the end of here, and it fits right into the end cap. Glue both ends, let it dry overnight, and that's it. I also use metal. I have this chain that's just on a roll, and I cut this with my bead wire cutters. And then I have some jump rings that I use to put on the end. And I have clasps too. So I actually did jewelry making before painting, so I have all of these materials already. I have a whole big box full of beads and stringing material, and basically everything I need to make jewelry. So thankfully I didn't have to go out and buy too much stuff. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you is how to make these into magnets. So I'll take one of my big ones. I'll take this one. This one's very colorful. So just carefully cut around. And you could line two pieces of glass pretty close up to each other like we did here, and be able to cut around them easily. So for the magnets, I try to be a little more precise with the cut to make sure that none of the paint skin is hanging over the edge of the glass, only because this is not being fit into the metal plate. This is going to be turned into a magnet. Even so, it doesn't take long. The back doesn't have to look perfect. Most people won't be bothered with that. The front looks great. And then to turn that into a magnet, I bought just off Amazon these magnets. They're all stuck together in here. I'll get some out. So they come all stuck together, and you just take them apart. They stick together. Doesn't matter which side you really put down. The other side will stick to the refrigerator. So they come with these little glue dots. So I put the glue dot right onto the magnet. Doesn't have to be perfect. Stick it on there, peel it off, and then put it right in the center. And there you have your little magnet. That's it. Okay. So I think that covers everything. I'll go ahead and cut the rest of these out and glue them in. I have quite a few here to complete for the fair on Saturday. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have, please click the like button, the thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you all for watching if you've made it this far. We'll see you next time. Bye.